Good evening, brothers and sisters. I just wanted to, as always, give you that word of encouragement to take you to the next level mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally. And every week, as always, I will be bringing forth that word of encouragement that will transform your life. And today's word is being an overcomer. Um, there's many people in this world who overcome many things, and there's some who think that they haven't, but we all have a story to tell. Odds that we've overcome. In one of my other videos, you've probably heard my story about being illiterate and at the age of 19 realizing that and struggling to try to get my education. And whether it was me trying to get my GED and failing the pre-test like 7 times and failing the regular GED test twice. So different things that I had to overcome in order to go through that process. And a couple different things that I've learned from overcoming many obstacles in my life that would probably help you and benefit you when it comes to becoming an overcomer. Number one is we are all overcomers. We overcome all types of circumstances. And the truth is, everything you've gone through in life, whether it was mental, physical, verbal abuse, or whether it was drug addiction, whether it was leaving a past life alone of lies and manipulation and moving on to better things where you're able to have a family, settle down, things of that nature. All these are overcoming processes. But some of the things that allow these things to take place is number two is committing yourself to overcome that circumstance, committing yourself to victory, to moving to the next level in your life and leaving the past behind you. And you have to make a commitment within yourself. Many people could come around you, support you, help you, but the commitment really has to happen within yourself in order for it to move forward. That's one. Number two is expect in your mind and in your heart and in your spirit to win. Prepare yourself to win. And how do you do that? You have to prepare yourself mentally and physically to step into this new level of where you're trying to go and look at different options and opportunities and mark them down on paper if you have to, or write them down in an audio. Record them in an audio session so you could prepare yourself to take these next expectations that are needed in order for you to step into another level in your life and leave behind the past. Another thing concerning becoming an overcomer is to be persistent. Don't give up because you're in a situation where you've lost once or twice. I think I heard this once from a famous hairdresser guy. I'm not going to say his name. He says that he entered every door that he went to when he was homeless. He entered every door as if it was the last door of opportunity. So even though 1,000 doors closed on him, he still entered in to every door wanting to succeed while he was homeless. And this guy's name happens to be Paul Mitchell, who's a very famous guy. So it shows you that persistency will get you somewhere. 1,000 doors may close, you may fall 1,000 times, but when you rise up, you rise up greater and better than you were the first time you fell. Another thing that one should remember in the process of all these things is to be humble and exercise that to its fullest capacity. Always remember where you came from, not too prideful or arrogant of any circumstances, but always remember how far you've come and how far you can go. Never get stuck in thinking that you're better than others. Another thing concerning being an overcomer is remember that through this whole process, character is something that's built inside of you. You develop certain traits concerning integrity, purpose, being responsible, and these kind of things that mold the character of you of being a person who sees beyond what's in front of them, and that character is needed in that overcoming process. Another thing to remember in the process of becoming an overcomer is never give up. Never find yourself in a situation where you feel like you can't. And the only time you should be in that kind of situation where you think you're going to surrender or give up is when you realize that there's not a winning battle and there's another way around that. Find another way to get in. I think what's his name? They asked Tyler Perry the question, How did he get into the Hollywood industry and make the money that he's making when every door was closed on him? And he said he just made a door himself. He never gave up. He took the opportunity to cater to certain people, whether it was the black community or any people who would listen in order to build himself up and go beyond the door that was closed. And always remember, in the process of all this becoming an overcomer, this is never your story. The overcoming story is really developed for you to be able to show God's glory in the process of that whole situation. God's the one who is the one who's created you. He's breathed life into you, and whenever you're in the circumstances where you look back, it's only to see what God has done for you. And always remember that when you overcome, that others will be around you that are going through that process. So share your story and allow others to be blessed and understand that you could be in a situation where the worst has happened to you, but you can make that a great story and allow others to see the victory that comes with overcoming. Be blessed.